Oke guys, kita kembali lagi main Tales of Arise ya. Lanjutin ceritanya aja Pak, langsung nih. Loh, kok dia mati? The hell happened to him? He's no longer with us. He always looked like he was drunk like this. Yes.
Wait.
Just a sorry. Got it. I'll bring the news to her.
Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Mana ibunya? Sini. Codename given to then an individual sovereign.
Sorry.
Man,
Yes.
it's okay.
Yeah.
You do?
All right.
What?
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work? Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives. I know she...
What the hell?
doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but...
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There are Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Funny.
Yes.
Then I'll get started. Bring me some fire.
What?
Wait, you intend to burn your child? That's right. That's how we do it. Do something wrong? Tell me, do you have a customer relative who does this dismiss native and... Well, Renans, it's customary for a relative to send their remain out into the heaven to such a practice to them. That in doing so, the deceased spirit shall join the flow of astral energy that travel the cosmos. Could never do something like that. It's the last chance for the bereaved to see their loved ones. Surely something should be done to honor their mother. But that is a part of everything they're living for us then, and you really think we're going to ship bodies in this place somehow every single day? I simply that there's something more to be done. When the Rena still ruled over us, we didn't even know it was safe to build the grave seal. Meanwhile, don't think for a second I forget everything that the Rena did to us. Tell me, Alvin, do you know why none of us have the last name like them? Let me tell you why. Because we outnumber them. They deny us. Our culture to stop us from uniting against them. Enough. That's enough. No. Let it strike at anyone, and here we are fighting among ourselves. We're all well aware of suffering and hatred with each other, but if we're going to coexist, we have to recognize each other's difference. Indeed, this little progress. I consider you a true friend, but it would ever appear that I have yet to recover with how people talk history.
I'm afraid not.
Meanwhile, I can blame accept the blame in all of this. The word cannot express how furious I am for clearly offending you.
I'm sorry.
Rinwell.
Huh?
Could you maybe teach me about Trina too then, please? Gua.
Good.
Yes.
Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alvin.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However...
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
You're welcome?
La 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 la. Sebelah mana nih? La 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 la. Bagian ini di mana? Sini pak. Coba bagian ini di mana ya?
That was quite the little... venture we went on.
Oh, sini. Ya, benar. Gak ada tandanya, Pak.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now... Oh,
God. 11.000 tilapia.
we should spend the day resting up while we can.
Transfer skill. Hah? Gak mudah. Craft smooth speed. Buat move speed lagi lah. Leave crystal, yes. Enhance. Opal. Terus save ring juga nih. Iya, ganti lah. Potion Charm udah gak pernah dipakai lagi, udah lah. Oh my god. Rumor banyak banget deh.
I'd like...
Batman sini. Swift ring. Biar casting sambil jalan.
to check their wares if you don't mind.
Hmm. Happy shalala. Everyone is happy shalala. Rock slapper. Inilah. Lanjut. Doain aja. Tidur. Rest.
What?
What's that noise?
Help it, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
Apa tuh, Pak? Kok gitu? Aduh. Apa nih? Mulai Astra Art. Gue dikirim ke atas. Loh. Buminya hancur dong ntar kalau diambil. Jadi.
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif too. You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelagian.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganeth Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagine there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird light shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Iya ya, ada 4
Hold on.
tadi jatuh 1
A
doang.
lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
Tadi ada 4 kapal 5 tadi. That picture about a lady is the son of my own.
I bet the whole of Dan is losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated, as if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelagian seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on, we don't have much time.
Tak. To find a way out the rank, can say I heard everything. If we knew about Blackness, we would have hungered down to sleep. Huh. Fine. Now, still not now. Trying to get around without a sturdy boat, there isn't much you can. Wait, I think I can find. Remember one of the elder who recently started. Ada jalan rahasia di gunung.
Where are these Foreland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
Ke mana nih berarti? Iya, ada misi baru. Bisa itu tapi ntar aja lah. Love to sini. Kesini. Kita pernah kesini. Bisa nggak ya? Apa harus balik lagi? Enggak.
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Yeah, things will get messy.
Lay down your arms and no one has to get hurt.
Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Get behind me! 20 left!
You're mine! It's so hot!
Oi, pusing.
You're mine! it! Impact block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed
Kena tadi. Kambing.
It's over!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Kena.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
Ya, sian sekarang udah banyak lamun nih. Apa ini?
I don't know when it happened, but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out, like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
No way. Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that armor's also still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should lighten our load.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes from history.
Pretty art's not gonna save you in a fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to...
All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all.
Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure filled with memories.
Well then, let's keep moving.
Ya, pitch skill. Bisa diambil.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Danon master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Danon master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Danon techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then.
Yeah, stop worrying, man. Wait. Kita berapa menit? 24. Sebentar. Kita... masih banyak. Oke, masih ada waktu. Masuk aja.
This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelagian?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
What?
Even though we already
Volron
defeated
masih
him?
hidup.
But yes, I suppose you're right. For these guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
It's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Yes.
This one will be difficult to predict.
No shots!
Say no more.
Critical kena semua.
We managed to pull through.
Okay. Yeah. We managed to pull through.
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shion in some way?
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. Let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
Iya kan, Sion ada sesuatu nih. Dari tadi murung terus dia. Killer efficacy.
Discourteous,
Aduh, batu sulmain.
aren't you?
Can you take it?
Your wings won't save you from me.
Take this! This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin. Very bad. Sounds like a job for you truly.
What? Namanya kok tinggal sedikit.
Look sharp! Ha!
Ini.
Here I come! Swallow blade! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Totodol ini memang tinggal sedikit tuh tadi.
To achieve such harmony,
Takes a singular will.
Kita pakai pitch skill. Stuck. Apel dalam jiwa. Cuma segitu doang. Kelar.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like it. Those soldiers we encountered might have known about it.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Come on! Now it's my turn! Not today! I will ensure you survive this! The tempest engulfs you! Tempest!
Huh. Enaknya pakai si dual itu kalau udah
Look what
kalau apa
I just found.
kalau udah menghindar ke dodge beneran kan dodge gak kena serangannya.
No choice.
Obatnya jadi menang besar kok serangan jadi gampang kena.
One, come on. Bloody feeling. Dragon form.
Make it way!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Well done!
You're mine. You're finished.
Thunderbolt! Eliminate the dark! Come forth,
Soaring
Holy
light spear.
Hammer! Holy Light!
Hurricane form.
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
I never had a doubt.
Kishara.
I see supplies and other signs people were living here. Even Zoogle cages.
Definitely looks like this is where the remnants of Volron's forces hold themselves up. Yeah.
They were hiding in a place like this all along.
Oh my.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! Where are you going? Let the horsemen handle this! Not in your dreams!
Here I come.
Fall into thine own death!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Ridwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
You're finished. We did
Fall
it.
into thine own
No,
death!
you can't.
Inferno Crow!
No escape.
Concentration!
Hurricane form.
Hurricane strike!
Rising Falcon.
We managed to turn the tide!
For now, but things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert. Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, what?
We did it.
Did she really say blah 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 magic art? Huh? Did she really say that?
Nicely done.
Blah 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 magic art.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Oh man, that's good. Oop. Trapinfish.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Try harder. My turn.
Piercing roar! Fall into thine own death! This one is mine! You got something? Hurricane strike! Eat dirt! Look shot!
Denied!
It's over.
This one is mine!
Take this. Elusive deity. It's over. I'll smash you.
Hurricane strike! This one's mine!
I'm not done.
Concentration!
In a bind?
Here, let me help!
How anticlimactic.
You're mine.
Cut and slash.
Try this.
Prepare to be sealed. Actually,
Raging
perhaps
cascade!
bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing! Air thrust!
Kita di heal gak?
Looks like we got them all.
Oke, fine. Oke, fine lah, nggak di heal. Keluar musuh. Oh, habis diambil nih. Oh, enggak. Udah keluar. Kepalanya udah habis belum sih?
I think Hoodle's hungry.
Funny. I could have sworn that was your stomach making all the racket.
Let's see what you've got.
Oh shit.
A debut performance.
This one's mine!
Elevation light.
Thank you.
It's over.
Ya lah. Serang apaan?
You're mine. You're finished. Bloody hell. You're finished. On guard. Tear.
This one's mine!
Now we're not.
You're mine. It's over.
On guard!
Now. Soaring light spear. I'm not done.
Relay. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rip.
Rindu. Poof, bingo. A person who's all aware is that it's time to...
Hey, that...
Should try
That's
that.
pretty good.
Should try that. Okay. You should try that. So permanent.
How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegus?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renaissance, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
Dohalim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegus may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cislodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
So Shion's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell. Are you worried about Shion?
Of course I am. But I don't know how to talk to her about it. Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegus along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
So even though they're using the wedge to siphon off energy from Dana, they're shooting it back down to Dana as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The Red Woman. Shion and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelagian.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the two of them have in common is that they're both Renans.
Okay, you two. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course.
Hah. Dicurigai nih si Dohalim sama si Sion.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
No further!
Get on in there with the others!
It's over!
Oh, sorry.
Got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Free you of your all yours! It's over! Dance on the wind! On your Be still! You're mine! It's over! Take this!
Where are you going? This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Abuk.
Don't get complacent.
Kucak. Frozen Valley. Frozen Valley.
You're mine! I can carve
Actually, perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Frosty Fabrice.
This'll be a delicious piece of Where are you going?
Commander of Heaven.
Ayo, tornado. Empat semua.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
It sure got cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
Jangan-jangan ini di itu.
Yeah.
Di tempatnya Rinwell. Si Slodia. Apa sih namanya?
This one's mine. In an instant. Impact block.
Aha, mati semua.
We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
Ay, botol. Lagi. Ntar lagi deh.
I'll do my best. Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
You picked the wrong fight.
This one's mine.
Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Take that!
Looks out.
Illuminate the
Fire
dark!
blade.
Hey.
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
It's over.
Negative You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training them.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm practically unstoppable.
Fix breaker. Breaker. Yuk, kalahin lagi.
Little help!
Resonate with the earth. Flame inside me.
Hands in the wind!
On guard. Dragon form. Slack. Dragon form.
I'm ready.
Relax. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around. If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Make it rain.
Small. Blow them away.
Tendang. Deal.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
Terus
We have a
Astra.
long way yet to go.
It'll take more than that to break my shield.
Dependable to the last.
Get behind me.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly! I never miss!
Ya, miss.
It's over. I'm ready.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Yo. Cu. Ya.
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
Be still.
Itu bener-bener ngomong bla 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 magic.
Looks like we came out on top.
We just
juga
need to
sih.
make sure we stay there.
Right. And without totally overdoing it.
And thus our strength yet grows.
Lucu juga sih ini. Si Rinwell bla 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 magic. Oh iya kan pertama kali kita ketemu kan di tempat es ya Pak sama si Volron. Ah, yes.
We made it to Cislodia.
Si Slodia.
We need to get that bridge down somehow.
It looks like we can control it from our side. Let's take a closer look.
Are you okay, Law?
Oh, fine. Just thinking. The past is a real downer. That's why I'm focused on what's ahead of me. You?
Yeah. I'm going to stay the path. As long as we're all together, I know we'll be alright.
Same here. Now let's get moving.
Oh, good. We can cross through here.
Stop! Who goes there?
My name is Alphen. We're not your enemies.
Did you say Alphen? Slap me silly, it really is you!
Forgetting someone?
Renwell! Oh, glad to see you're doing okay.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're patrolling the realm. Never thought I'd bump into you all on my rounds, though. Heck, enough of me, though. What's going on up in the sky? Feels like the world's gonna end.
That's what we're trying to figure out ourselves. And as it happens, I've got a big favor to ask.
I had an inkling that's why you'd come back. As soon as I saw you in the distance. So you beat all the lords, huh? Damn, you really must be a hero.
I just did what I had to. So can you send anybody to help Ganeth Harros?
I think we can help out. I'll hit up the other resistance groups and rustle up some support. I doubt they'll have a problem sending people once I mention it's you who's asking.
Thanks. If you guys can help out, that'll give us a chance to do something about that wedge out in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's something only you guys can handle. Speaking of which, that thing's out in the middle of the ocean. How do you even plan on reaching it?
By boat. We're about to go look for one.
No rest for the weary, I see. Hey, what happened to that mask you used to wear?
It's a long story. Let's just say I lost it.
I sure never expected to run into Bregan.
Cislodia's probably in good hands with him.
Yeah. Now we can focus on finding a ship.
A boat, huh? Where are we gonna find one of those? It's not the kind of thing people just leave lying around.
Especially not Renans. For an Imperial power, they never have shown much interest in maritime expansion. Still, I dare say there should be the odd small vessel here and there.
All well and good, but that structure's slap bang in the middle of the ocean. A fishing boat won't cut it.
Let's just try to find one that won't sink us halfway out, yeah? Not that it needs to be a huge galley like Almadria's or anything.
Just as well, since we've passed, let's see, literally 0 huge galleys.
All I know is we have to reach that thing in the ocean. Anything that might work, I say we try it.
Mungkin pesawat, Pak. Bisa pakai pesawat
Thanks to
kan?
Bregan, it seems like Ganeth Harros should be in good hands at least.
I wonder who they'll send to look after things. It'll be someone from one of the other resistance organizations, no doubt.
They could do a whole lot worse than someone like Doc. A knowledge of medicine would go a long way there.
Wait, do you mean the old guy back in Calaglia? Ganeth Harros would be one hell of a trek from there. He'd have to get here first.
My brother's old second-in-command, Legil, would be a perfect fit, too. Pity she'll probably still have her hands tied up with work in Menancia.
Mahag Sar will be the same story. They won't have the manpower as it is, let alone enough to start exporting it.
Man, everyone's still struggling to get back on their feet, huh?
Knowing Bregan, he'll probably take things into his own hands. He seems like the kind of guy who enjoys a challenge.
Thinking back on it now, though, it does kind of make you realize just how many people we've gotten to know in each of the places we visited.
That's true. And each and every connection we forged is priceless. Anyway, we can trust Bregan to take care of things from here.
Bregan.
Come on, let's focus on the task at hand.
Oke guys, kayaknya buat gameplay kali ini segitu dulu. Kita bakal lanjut di gameplay selanjutnya. Bye-bye.